God, I'm so full. But we have to try it. We need to know. The produce from Natural Grocers was on the sad side. There were a couple of peppers I just tossed because I was like, I don't know what's going on with you, but I don't like it. Um, and at least one of the tomatoes had to go. So the ginger was small and sad and had thick skin and mm. How you guys doing? How's it going? I don't. I don't. I'm not sure the best way to cut this. Good, 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 good. Should I take it out and put it on a cutting board, do you think? Yeah. That seems smart. Seems smart. Bailey, I just keep knocking at you. I do. I just keep knocking at you, and I'm sorry for it. I don't mean to. I don't. She's gonna drink every bit of it. It's the principle of the thing, really. Penny, be good. Penny's gonna go under two now. I just said hello, and now I'll leave him alone. I'll let you say hi to Penny, or not Penny, to Puppy later. Come and lay down. I know you do need to sniff your friend, but also you can't be all up in her business. Okay, there's a good girl. Thank you. Lay down. Stay. He's in his little crate. He was fed and watered, and he's now taking a snooze in his little crate. It's almost like she very specifically, carefully, and thoughtfully planned it out to give herself the ability to sit down and have a goddamn meal. I learned to eat so fast when my kids were little. Every meal was like a marathon, and it was cold every time. Cold marathon meals. That was all I ate. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's it's thick. Everything today is thick. Let you see the insides. There's the insides. Cold and eaten in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you want a nibble of it to see what you think? And then we can decide where to go from there. It's Margaz? Is that correct? Am I saying that properly? You will eat all of it. It's like an Indian fudge. It's yeah. I mean, it is a very fascinating, and that's why I was like, really, chickpea flour and semolina, and I think it's supposed to. The semolina is added to give it more of that. Um, I mean, I don't know for sure, but that's my understanding. So is he? I don't know how accurate the term fudge is for it. That's just what they call it. Um, it's ghee. It is a little salty. It's ghee cooked with chickpea flour and semolina, and then you add powdered sugar and um, cardamom and a little salt, and you top it with uh, almonds. Mm-mm. It's not overly sweet at all. I'm so glad you like it. I will likely, in all honesty, send some home with you because I can't get through all this. This is a lot. Yeah, like an entire cake pan of this stuff. I don't know what that would do with me. I, it's not a fudgy texture, no. Um, it does kind of melt, but it's almost got I don't want to say it's gritty. Grainy is as close as I know how to get. Oh, the bite feels grainy? Okay. It does kind of it melts once it's in your mouth. But what were they asking? What was it? So for the raita, I did I did Greek yogurt and cucumber, half of a serrano, a bit of garlic, um, a little bit of curry seasoning, and some dried mango, like the powder, the just a small amount of the dried mango powder. Is that all? I think that was all. Mhm. 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 Mm. Izzy, Ish was saying that if you don't like fudge, while it's not the same texture, she doesn't know that you would necessarily like this texture either. The flavor is drastically different from any fudge ever um, from here. We did all the curry, we did all the raita, we got to the eating bit, and we're on dessert. Welcome to the stream. My name is Misty. I'll be your blind streamer for the day. We have a variety stream here. We do sewing streams on Mondays and game streams on Tuesdays and food streams on Saturday. So what I did, I just call it Indian style chicken curry because I don't have a specific what it is. It has chicken. We roasted some tomatoes and made a sauce out of that. It's got a can of coconut milk in it. Um, we made our own curry paste out of fresh turmeric, fresh ginger, a serrano, garlic. Um, Gotcha, gotcha. Um, it's got onion and the seasonings. We made our own curry seasonings, and that was made from cumin, coriander, cardamom, clove, mustard seeds. All of those are whole seeds. We dry roasted them and then we made it into a curry powder. Um, the black peppercorns, a little bit of Ceylon cinnamon. Is that all? That might be all. That's feasibly all. It's a good dish. This is new to me. I've never had this dessert. And I cannot, I'm going to say it wrong. Every time I try to pronounce it, I do it poorly, and then I feel like an asshole. But the little dessert fudge that we made with it is very new to me. It's good, but it's very different from anything I've had. Mhm. Interesting. No more of that right now. There's a lot of between this and the curry, it all had cardamom in it. So if your body's not used to a lot of cardamom, you got that too. Uh huh. It's a lot of ghee. Oh my god, that was so much ghee. Because I was like, one of these jars is like $14, and it took about one of those jars. What was that? What is ghee? Clarified butter. Who asked? Numplex. Um, Ghee is clarified butter, so it's basically once you remove the milk solids from butter. It's used. It's used a lot in Indian cuisine, but it's also used in restaurants. Um, no, 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 no. The ghee was in the dessert. So this dessert was a cup and a half of ghee with 3 cups of chickpea flour, 2 tablespoons of semolina, a teaspoon of cardamom, a cup and a half of powdered sugar, um, and half a teaspoon of salt, and then you sprinkled some chopped almonds on the top. Um, yeah. So it's this that took all the ghee. The only thing I used ghee for, as far as the curry went, was when I seared my chicken. I put a little bit of ghee in the bottom of the pan to grease that up to sear the chicken. But I fried my. I took on the coconut cream. Um, I separated that, in the fridge, and then I used the cream part of it, threw that into the skillet, and then cooked that until it split, and then I fried my onions and curry paste in that. It's it is. It's a lot. It's a lot. Wasn't I just saying I was full? I was. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna get through this whole piece. I am so full. I might explode. I really might. I'm gonna do one more. One more. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if I would call it creamy. Kind of creamy. Mm. It is a very different texture than anything I've had. Mm. Mm-hmm. So the curry is the curry rich and creamy. It's very flavorful. Would you call it creamy? I wouldn't call it creamy. There's just the coconut milk. Um, I'm not sure that it's thick. Um, and it's saucy, but I wouldn't necessarily describe it as creamy. It leans heavier on the tomato. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit more tomato heavy than creamy. I mean, okay. In comparison to what it would be, okay. So yeah, that's 3 different recipes. None of those 3 things are in anything. Okay, so the almonds are in the dessert. That's the dessert. The almonds are in that. The yogurt is in the raita, which is there. And then what was the other ingredient they mentioned? And the coconut milk is in the curry. Yeah, yeah. So that's it's 3 different. Mhm. So they're together in my stomach, um, but not in the dish. When I first started trying to learn how to cook, I read about curry. Um, Too much, a lot, um, because it wasn't a food I was terribly familiar with, and I found it very, very fascinating. Not only in the differences between curries of different countries and areas of the world, but even in the massive differences of curries between region and family. And like it is such a diverse food, and we talk about curry as if it's one thing. You know, you'll talk to somebody about curry and they're like, "Oh, I don't like curry." And I'm like, "What kind of curry have you eaten?" Um, because an Indian curry, a Japanese curry, and a Thai curry are barely related. Like they're distant relatives, you know? Um, so I kind of got from a lot of what I was reading that a lot of it has to do with with what you and your family and the people that you care about love and want, and you individualize it such a great deal, which is why this is not, I don't call it anything other than an Indian style curry, because the base of most Indian curries that I've looked at are the ginger and the turmeric and the garlic and the onions, right? And a lot of those basic spices in different combinations and quantities. But this one, hmm my Indian curry is pretty richly spiced. I always thought of one of the major differences between Thai and Indian has to do with specifically some of the things that are in the paste, right? Like most Thai curries are gonna have galangal instead of ginger. They don't have the turmeric in them, but they do have things like the kaffir lime leaves, and the Thai curries often have like fish sauce and things of that nature in there as well. Um, the flavor profiles in your end, the garlic is similar, the onion is similar. The types of peppers that I've seen in the two different types are kind of different. The Thai, and then you've got like the little serranos and stuff. Um, Japanese, I think, is one of the most distant from the rest. Japanese curries that are made from a roux instead of a paste, which is a fascinating difference in and of itself. Much sweeter, much sweeter. Um, it's been a fascinating process to go through the different types and see if I can find some of the core elements and then learn to play with those to create something that my eaters will like. This one does like all of the curries so far. I have not had her be like, I don't like that one. Every one of the curries I've made, she's like, yes, please and thank you. um, I'm more picky, I think, than you are about curries. Um, Indian style curries are my favorite. I prefer Indian over the others, but I do enjoy the rest. I also really like masaman and what's it called? Oh goodness, there's masaman and there's one other one I really liked. Is masaman the king of curry, or is it the other one that is the king of curry? See if I can figure out which one is called the king of curry. Which I believe that's Indonesian, isn't it? Or was it Malay? Malay? Masaman is the king of curry. Yep, yep. And then there's one other type of curry. Rendang. No, not rendang. Was it rendang? It might be rendang. Yeah, I think it is because Vindaloo's the one I didn't really care for. Rendang is the other one that I've really enjoyed. Yeah. I am gonna die. I am gonna explode. It's gonna be so sad. Um, I have to stop. I'm so full, guys. I'm so full. Um, okay, take it away. So if it's there, I will keep doing it. Um, I'll keep my attention right here. Of course. Of course. Okay, guys. That's all I have for you today. um, I have gone on plenty of rants. I have diatribed enough about many different topics. I think we've reached the limit of the Misty that should be put out into the world today. Thank you. Thank you. They will bring him again. He I imagine he's pretty much just going to be like a fixture to Skip's body for the rest of his life. Um so um Monday we'll have our sewing stream unless something goes terribly wrong, which I'm just going to hope it doesn't. And then I don't know what will happen Tuesday yet. Thank you. Well, we're happy to have you. Um We'll do our sewing Monday, Tuesday. I'm not sure if we'll be here because I don't know if Chef will be home yet. So we're going to have to kind of wait and see what happens there. I will keep you updated in Discord. And we'll try. We'll try if he does get back sometime this week to do our watch party next weekend. Um, I just can't tell you anything until he's got a better idea of life and what is going to happen. And he doesn't have any way to know right now. So, you guys please take care. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And I will see you on Monday, hopefully. Okay? Good night, good night, good night, good night. Stop stream.